Most people don't realize this, but calling Broly misunderstood is probably the biggest understatement in all of Dragon Ball. For years, people have written him off as just another mindless brute, an aura farmer with no depth, all power and no personality. And honestly, it's easy to see where that comes from. The Dragon Ball Z abridged parody turned Broly into a hilarious joke, a screaming monster obsessed with yelling Kakarot every 5 seconds. It was comedy gold, no doubt, but what fans forgot was that it was a parody, not the real Broly. Because the real Broly, he's one of the most tragic, complex, and downright savage characters the franchise has ever produced. Broly doesn't just have savage power. He's got some of the most badass and unhinged dialogue of any villain in the entire Dragon Ball franchise. But to truly understand what pushes him to the edge, what makes him snap when he sees Goku, we first need to go back to where it all began. Broly's story starts on the exact same day Goku was born. From the moment he came into the world, Broly's power level was already absurd, 10,000. That's higher than most Saiyan elites. Naturally, this caught King Vegeta's attention. To him, a child with that kind of power wasn't a miracle, it was a threat. So in cold Saiyan fashion, King Vegeta struck first, blasting Paragus away and stabbing the infant Broly before tossing him aside like garbage. But destiny had other plans. When planet Vegeta met its destruction, that overwhelming sense of danger awakened Broly's raw instincts. Even as a baby, his rage and power erupted, saving himself and his father from complete annihilation. But that power came with chaos. Broly couldn't control his own strength. His Saiyan instincts were far beyond anything a child could handle. And that's where Paragus' twisted ambition came in. Blinded by revenge, Paragus betrayed his son's trust. He fitted Broly with a control device, a headband that turned him into nothing more than a weapon. A sleepwalking zombie used to carry out his father's dream of conquest. Sure, he looked unstoppable, but his free will was gone. He was a puppet, a prisoner inside his own mind. Before breaking down the legendary transformation, though, it's worth appreciating what made this movie so special beyond the story. The soundtrack? Absolute fire.
My skin is cold. Transfuse you with somebody. Morals and old. Drop into fruitless dying. It was tempting and bad.
The fight choreography? Brutal, old school, and raw. Unlike the flashy spectacle of modern Dragon Ball Super battles. Every punch, every kick, every clash in this film hurts. There's real weight and impact behind it. It shows Saiyans as they were meant to be, a race of warriors built for destruction. The film doesn't sugarcoat it either. We see the dark side of Saiyan nature vividly. King Vegeta murdering a baby to protect his throne, and Paragus enslaving his own son's mind for power. This theme ties perfectly with the Bardock special. In that story, Bardock isn't some loving father or halo-wearing hero. He's a cold-blooded conqueror who only realizes the horror of his actions when it's far too late. The genocide he's committed across countless worlds suddenly comes full circle when Frieza decides to annihilate his entire race. The hunter becomes the hunted. It's poetic justice, a reckoning. Compare that to the reimagined Super version, where King Vegeta merely banishes Broly and Paragus uses a shock collar out of necessity. Even Bardock gets softened into a generic anime dad who suddenly cares about his wife and child. The raw edge, the tragedy, is lost. And that's what makes Dragon Ball Z Broly so distinct. He embodies the true nature of the Saiyans before their mythology was rewritten. These were ruthless beings obsessed with domination, not the proud warriors we see later. When Broly transforms into the legendary Super Saiyan after seeing Goku, it isn't some random rage boost moment. It's psychology exploding into reality. Dragon Ball has long hinted that Saiyan children have sharp memories. Goku's own fall and head injury are proof of how memory can shape destiny. For Broly, the sight of Goku acts as a traumatic trigger. The face of the child who cried next to him on the day he was stabbed and left for dead. That memory, buried and suppressed by Paragus control, shatters the psychic chains holding him down. The pain, the betrayal, the primal fury, all of it explodes at once. Their shared birth and proximity as infants isn't just coincidence. It's fate. Two Saiyans born side by side, one destined to rise through sheer will, the other cursed by power beyond his control. When they finally meet, it's not hero versus villain. It's destiny versus tragedy. Broly, the legend whom even Frieza feared, and Goku, the nightmare Frieza created. When Broly transforms, even Vegeta, the proud prince of Saiyans, falls to his knees in fear. His pride vanishes the moment he feels Broly's overwhelming aura. No one can match him. Not Goku, not Vegeta, not anyone. Broly dominates every fight, so completely that even he stops calling Goku Kakarot mid-battle. That shift to calling him Goku isn't just symbolic, it's Broly's way of declaring dominance. To him, Goku has fallen beneath him, unworthy of his Saiyan name. And that's the tragedy and brilliance of Broly's character. He isn't a monster. He's the purest reflection of Saiyan instinct, pain, and forgotten identity. This is the side of Broly most fans never see. And this is the story of the real legendary Super Saiyan.